What's up, guys? Alright, a lot of you probably getting this message right about now. I did a video on it yesterday. I forgot to turn the damn microphone on. So, we're going to walk through how to safely update it, and a couple checks we probably need to do before we get into it, and the difference between a fresh start and just saying no to the fresh start. Alright, so first thing, once you get this message, it means I have told your system that there's an update available. If you hit yes, it'll take you straight into the build menu. From here, you just need to select the appropriate build for what version of Kodi you're on. This doesn't mean 2016 or 2017. This means Kodi 16 or Kodi 17. So let's check a couple things out before we actually attempt to update it. We're going to hit the house button on the remote, and we're going to go back to the Amazon side. And we're going to go to Applications. We're going to go to Settings, and then Applications. And then we're going to go to the bottom of this menu, Manage Installed Applications, and Kodi. So right now, we are on version 17.1, so we know we have to do a 17 build. If you're on 16, you need to do a 16 build. It will jack your system up if you do a 17 build on 16, and vice versa if you do a 16 build on 17. Alright, so I'm going to show you a couple things. Let's do this first. I'm going to back out one more. You can see here, when you're highlighted over Manage Installed Applications, you can see your internal space to the right. So I've got basically 3 gigs left of 5.5 gigs. So that's more than enough room to do an update. Safely, I'd probably say you probably need to have at least 1.5 gigs free to do the update. So if you don't, then you will probably need to do a fresh start during this process, and I'll show it to you. But let's go back into Kodi. Okay, so we're on 17, so we're going to tell it to do a 17 build. Do you want to run this from a fresh start? If you say no here, it will immediately start downloading, and it will just go over the top. So like I said earlier, if you've got at least 1.5 gigs of room, you're probably fine to do an update without doing a fresh start. If you do a fresh start, it will wipe everything off the build with the exception of the Harley Quinn wizard. So we're going to tell it no, and it's going to immediately start downloading. So I'm not going to follow through the process because it looks like it's going to take about 10 minutes here to download. But let's do this with a fresh start, and I'm going to show you the difference between 16 and 17, what happens during a fresh start. Do you want to do a fresh start? We're going to say yes. Do you want to save it in your login data? Login data is if you create your own favorites, if you use Track It, if you set some special settings up in Specto or Exodus, it'll save that data. Since I imagine most of you haven't done those things, we're just going to say no. Do you wish to restore your Kodi to the original default settings? We're going to say yes, this is actually completing the fresh start. So now it needs to switch the skins back to the original skin that Kodi uses on 17. So tell it to switch skins. And now it's going to clear all the folders out. So we're going to let it complete that. Alright, now you need to force close Kodi. Would you like to do that? Yes, force close Kodi. Alright, so now we're going to go back into Kodi. And remember, this is Kodi 17, so it looks a little bit different. Alright, so it's wiped everything off with the exception of the Harley Quinn wizard. Remind me later. So, now we have to go find the Harley Quinn wizard. So we're just going to go down to add-ons, and she's going to be in there. And then, same menu that we always have in the new wizard. So we're going to go into build menu, and we're going to do the April adult. Would you like to do it from a fresh start? We're going to say no this time because obviously we just did a fresh start. Get yourself in a vicious circle there. Alright, she's actually downloading pretty damn quick now. So you know what? I'm going to let this play out. And then in a second here, I'm going to take you over to 16 to what it looks like when you do a fresh start in it, so you'll know how to get to the Harley Quinn wizard. One thing in 17 I'll talk about real quick. Sometimes when you first open 17, when you put a new build on it, it'll go to a black screen, and then you'll get the power icon and the favorites icon in the lower left-hand corner. If that happens to you, just unplug the device from power, wait about 3 seconds, plug it back in. The next time you go into Kodi, the build will take correctly. I don't know why it errors out, but it happens probably about 5% of the time, I'd guess. And I'm going to do a couple more videos here later today on if you totally jack your system up, how to correct it in 16 or how to correct it in 17. So if you totally jack it up, just get in touch with me and I'll text you the video. I'm not going to put it up for public. Alright, so it's almost done with the download. It's going to do the extraction next. So basically it's taking that zip file and it's installing it into the system. It will check for errors on the way. Usually don't have a problem with errors. If it errors out, you can go ahead and tell it, to try it anyway. Put some new add-ons in this month's update. Check out Zen, especially if you're having problems in Exodus and Specto. Evolve updated theirs. They've got a lot of new stuff. I like their organization a little bit better too. Halfway there. And if it goes dim, you don't want to hit the center select button. You want to hit up or down on the outside ring of the remote, assuming you're using a Fire TV product. If you hit the center select, it'll cancel it. Cool, doing good, no errors. Putting the background on, fitness section, kids section, live TV section. Sweet. Download's complete. You must now force close Kodi. Alright, we're going to say yes to force close. Alright. And you can see in there our data is 1.25 gigs. So we needed, like I said, about 1.5 gigs just to make sure it would safely download. If you don't have that much storage, it'll screw up during the extraction process. So we're going to go ahead and launch it. Alright, looks good. Alright, that's pretty much it there. I'm going to go ahead and show you, if you did a fresh start on 16, Kodi 16, this is what it's going to look like. This is SPMC. It's a fork of Kodi, but it allows me to show you without having two different devices on there. And it looks exactly the same once you're inside of it. SPMC is actually Kodi's Android developer. So we know the wizard's on there because it's giving us this message. So to find it, all we need to do is go to Programs, and then Program Add-ons. If it gives you a first run help, just say OK, and then Harley Quinn Wizard. So like I said, Fresh Start eliminates everything but the Harley Quinn Wizard, and this is how you find it. Programs, Program Add-ons, and then obviously we need to go to Build menu, and obviously this is 16, so we don't want to load a 17 on it. Run a Fresh Start? No, because we already did that. And she's going. All right, cool. I hope I answered any questions. You guys know how to get a hold of me if you have issues. Thanks for watching, and thanks for